Good evening, everyone. Please scan the QR code and do the event check-in. This will give you access to additional resources and information about events that we are running on Reactor, which are around similar topics to today's session. Also, you will be able to access links from today's session. I will share the event check-in link and the QR code again with the event ID in the Q&A section shortly. You need to enter the event ID which is displayed on the screen after scanning the QR code. Please do keep an eye on the chat section for further details. Next slide, please. Thank you all again for joining us today. My name is Rashmita and I'm the event planner for Microsoft Reactor. This session will run over the next 60 minutes, including Q&A. The session is being recorded and will be made available to watch on demand on the Microsoft Reactor YouTube channel. I will share the link to our YouTube channel in the chat section soon. Today we are back with the Excel Scaling Series Part 3. In case if you have missed the previous sessions, please visit our Reactor YouTube channel to watch the recorded session. Next slide, please. Quick word on a code of conduct. We display this at all Microsoft Reactor events that we run, and it's just a reminder to be aware of others. The key thing to take out here is to be respectful of other people's views, understanding of differences, being kind and considerate in the way you engage. The chat will be open throughout, and we do encourage you all to participate. Next slide, please. I would now like to welcome Pankaj, our speaker for today's session. Pankaj is the founder of CtoB Solutions Pvt Ltd. He is a Microsoft certified trainer, Excel expert, and certified Six Sigma professional with over 12 years of experience in telecommunication and BPO sector. But for now, I will hand over to Pankaj to begin the session. Over to you, Pankaj.
Thank you so much, Rashmita. Thanks for the warm welcome. And everyone, hi, welcome to the session. Open my file. Yes. So today's session, what we are going to discuss actually is whenever we face working with Excel, there are a lot of things, a lot of problems and issue comes up, a lot of new ideas comes up, which you people share with Microsoft. And Microsoft dedicatedly keep working to improve those ideas. They try to implement those ideas for you guys and try to keep improving the Excels and provide new features to make your life easy so that all the tasks, all the things which take a lot of time can be shortened and they can provide you a direct either function or feature or formula. So they dedicatedly keep working on improving so that life can be much easier on Excel. Most of the time what happens when they release these, a lot of people are not aware about this new function and feature. So for this series, we try to cover and put some light on some of the new feature which Excel has rolled out and how they are beneficial and what kind of problem they solve for you, and they provide you a direct resolution for the same. So we will cover roughly 10 to 11 topic today, and in these I'll try to take you some of the new functions Microsoft team have rolled out in Excel and how their functions can actually provide you some resolution for common problems. And after that, some features which is helpful for data like data type and idea where how Microsoft is using artificial intelligence to help you and provide you the support with data analysis, and also how they are providing the options for the better visualization. And if time will permit, then I'll also share quick tips which they have rolled out to make few things smoother and easier in Excel. So without taking much time, I welcome you all and then we'll start the session. So very first thing is XLOOKUP. So the very first formula we are going to work with the XLOOKUP. What is XLOOKUP? So I'm pretty sure everyone who work on Excel, they must be knowing about VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is the widely used, most used formula in Excel, and everybody are aware about the Excel. So when you use VLOOKUP formula, every time there was one common problem people used to face in that while using, so let's say I have to find a department for these employee ID, then I can simply use VLOOKUP formula from here, and I can go and I can find I can find their department easily. Let me just freeze this for you and then. But the problem is if I want to find the employee ID from email, I cannot. Why? Because this particular lookup formula VLOOKUP work from left to right indexing. So in that, I'll just give a little brief what happen actually. Whenever you try to work with any kind of lookup function, whether it is a lookup, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, they work on the concept of two things. You always need to find two things. One is the column from which you are trying to find a value and the another column which you are trying to get the result. In this scenario, for an example, employee ID is a column where I'm trying to match this my unique value. So from this I want to match, and department is a column where I want to get my result. I need to have the department with me. So that's becomes two things called a lookup vector and a result vector. So where I am doing the lookup, where I'm finding the result. When we use VLOOKUP formula, and when we select an array, by default, the first column becomes the lookup vector, which means by default, it will have to find it from this. And towards the right, I can provide the column number. So whatever column number I will give, so let's say I say 3. So from employee ID first, last name is second, and first name is third. Now this first name column will become my result vector. So I will get the result from this column. So that was the reason that in VLOOKUP, it always work from left to right and you cannot have right to left lookup. Also, the most common problem with VLOOKUP was that if you are getting a result, it's okay. But if you are not getting a result, let's say I'm using this and I'm just gonna apply the formula here and I'm not getting result for these two employee ID, then I will get a hash and error. And for that, we will always use if error formula here and we will say, okay, if it is error, then I just need a dash. And now when I'll apply this formula and then so I have to use two formulas here. I have to use if error along with my VLOOKUP. So if I'm applying VLOOKUP for let's say 1000 cells, then I also have apply if error formula on 1000 cell. It will just double the formula and calculation and capacity. So to fix all these problems, they come up with a formula called XLOOKUP. So how XLOOKUP work is, it's the syntax is same, just like VLOOKUP, you use XLOOKUP. The very first thing is also same. You have to find a lookup value. So I say employee ID is my lookup value. Now see, instead of selecting an entire array, they have actually distributed into two parts. One is lookup array, second is return array. So in lookup array, which means I'm saying that, okay, I have my employee ID value, I have to find this list. Then in result array, a return array, it says, okay, which column, from which particular column you want your return. So I say from this column I want. So now they are separate. They are not dependent that only from left to right it will work. Then it also asks if not found. What if this is not found? So I say if it is not found, then give me dash. And two more additional feature which they have added is, first one is, do you want the exact match? Do you want the exact match or next smaller item? In case exact match is not there, then can we get a next smaller item or next larger item or wildcard character? So right now we will say we need exact match and search first to last or search last to first. So in some scenario, for example, let's say you are having a database of employee login and the name will repeat multiple times. Like for each day, there will be one entry and you want to find the latest entry, then you will have to do the last two first search because the latest entry will be extremely last. Okay. So you will have to find that in last two first search. So simply you can just select here -1 and then it will give you. Right now we will do first to last. So just select one and then enter. Let me just quickly freeze this particular array and then I'll just press enter, and when I will drag this formula, then you see I just got my department, and wherever I was not able to find anything, I got my dash which I put it if not found. So I don't have to now separately use any formula. I don't have to separately apply if error. I don't have to apply any kind of if error here, and this one single formula solve all the problem. Now let's see whether it's gonna work on the biggest issue with the VLOOKUP, whether it will work from right to left. So let's have to try to have from employee from email ID. I want to find the employee ID. So I'll go ahead. I'll use XLOOKUP. I'll say lookup value is email ID. I want to find the email ID in here. Then I want to find employee ID. I'll select the employee ID. I'll again say if not found, then NA. Select match, first to last, enter. And see, email ID to employee, I got it. So now this is how it's gonna work from right to left. Okay. Now so this is how XLOOKUP has been provided, and XLOOKUP has been upgraded to provide you the support which you were missing in VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, and some features like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, lookup. They are great function, but they were designed keeping certain things in mind. And over the time, when the Microsoft realized that yeah, right to left lookup is something which is needed, so they provide you some additional features. They provide you some additional argument in the function and created a new function for you which you can use it. Now, before moving to our next function, some of you must be trying this XLOOKUP and you won't be able to see that in your Excel because these are the latest version, these are the latest feature, and they are only available in Office 2016 and above or Office E365. So if you have that version, then only you would be able to these. If you don't have this version, and if you have some older version, then you have to wait for some time to get the update rolled out for the older version. But as of now, all these new feature and functions are only available in Office 2016 and above or Office E365. Okay, so moving next to another great function which has been added, and that is one of my favorite actually, because from long time I was looking for some of the functions. So most of the time what happen is, uh, just so the next great function which has been added, the Excel formula which has been added by Microsoft is unique. So whenever we have this huge data set, what happen is usually we have some unique value which is being repeated. Like in this location, there are buildings which is being repeated. In this department, there are list of department which is being repeated. And if I have to create a drop down out of it, then there are several way we have to follow. First way is we have to go take the list somewhere and then go to data and then remove duplicate from it. So that was the one way to do it. So that's how I will get the value, and I can just I can use this value to create a drop down. Or maybe another way which I can think of is simply applying a pivot table on the basis of this data, and then take a department here, and then after that copy it from here, and then that's it. So several ways were there, but they all were a little lengthy to perform. So now Microsoft has given you a formula which you can use to get the unique value out of a data set. So how this works is, it's very simple. All you have to do is unique. So you have to type unique, and all you have to do is you have to select that particular column from where you want to extract the unique value. And when you press enter, you will get by default the unique value from this list. Same way, if I want unique from building, I will just press enter and I will get the list. So all these new function they were being able to add, Microsoft was able to add based on the concept of dynamic array function. So all these are dynamic array, which means when you apply this one formula and they display you all the values, so automatically that fast. So if you can see, the formula is applied in one cell and all this cell has been grayed out, and if I press F2 there is nothing, but formula is applied here and dynamically it is creating an array and displaying all the result in each and every cell. So that's how it is working. Okay, while working with dynamic array function, you have to remember one thing, that it need to have a proper space. So for example, I just apply unique formula here and I had 6 unique value, which means I need to have 6 empty cell here to fill those value. If let's say I have some cells like this where there's no space, it's, and when I will apply my unique function in here, I will get an error. Why I will get an error? See, when I select the cell, it is showing me a dotted dash blue color border, which means it's saying that there is no proper space for me to spill the result. Spill is a word you all would be aware, like how you said that spill the beans. No, you spill the coffee, which means this cell have a output which is larger than one cell, and it just need to spill it to other cell, but it is not able to spill it. So it's that's why you get this spill error. So as soon as I will clear that space, and it will also indicate how much space it needs. It will tell me that, yeah, you just need, for example, let's say I'm going to drag this. So if I'll go here, it will tell me I just need space till cell I14. So if I will clear till I14, automatically it will update the result. It is not bothered about other cell. It just tell I need space to spill the result. Please clear that. So that's how all dynamic array functions work, not only unique. So yeah, this was the unique formula which you can use to get the unique value, and then you can use those anywhere as per your need. Next, a great one, literally one of my favorite, and I really felt good about it. I really felt good about this particular data set. Just hold on a second, guys. Give me one moment. I just have to adjust few things. Hey, sorry guys. Sorry. Thanks for the understanding. So next is filter. So how filter is useful most of the time when we are working with data, we need to find and we need to select some portion of data from our overall data. For that we use filter function. So we use this, let's say from this, I just need to take, or I need to copy only US data somewhere else. So for that, I'll have to select US, I have to copy this data, and then I have to paste it somewhere, and then I will get a US data. And next thing, let's say if I want to find India, then again I'll have to do that same thing. The problem was that it was a feature. That's the reason it was always a manual activity. Every time manually, you have to go and apply the filter, change the criteria, and everything you have to do. But then now they have provided a formula to apply filter, and using a formula you can literally filter out your data from the entire data set, whatever you want to see. So I'll show you how you can apply filter, and then I'll also show you some advanced tweak about that filter formula, how you can use that. When you apply the filter, the syntax is simple: equal to filter open bracket, then I have to select array. So this is my array, this entire data is my array, and second syntax is second attribution is, it is asking include, like what you need to include. So I will say I want to include reason which is equal to US. Okay, so when I'll say I want to include reason which is equal to US, and then I will press enter, then I just got, using formula, I just got US data only. Okay, so now if I'll go and change this US to India, then I just got the India only. That is how you can use the filter formula to filter out certain data. So that is one example. Let's say take another example. I'll say filter. This is my array, and then I'll say include. We will say sales greater than 1,000. And now you see, I get only those record where the sales amount was greater than 7,000. Simply, if I'll say less than, then I'll get all those record, which is this formula dynamically will change. So that is one-way filtering. So that's how you apply the single filtering or one-way filtering. Let's say a multiple criteria. Then what? So whenever we have more than criteria to apply, there are two situations. First situation will be whether you want to apply both the criteria, which is so this and this. Second is you want to apply either one of them, so or. So we will now understand how you can filter function with and or. Okay, so we say filter, we will choose array. In the array we will say include US. Now I want two condition here. I say either US or India, so I need both. So for that, what I'll have to do, first I have to put a bracket. Inside the bracket I will say this equals to US bracket, and I have to use plus, and then in the plus I'll say this equals to India. And just give me a 1 second, guys. Yeah, sorry. So when I apply now, both using plus sign, when I apply US and India, you can see what I got. I got US and India, both the record filtered out very smoothly in here. Let's say my situation is I want to say that I need a US and I only need where the salary is greater than 7,000 in US. So it is like two condition and I want both the condition to be satisfied, US and the salary is 7,000. Then in that scenario, what we will say is we'll say filter equals to, we'll put one bracket, we will say this equals to US, and this time I'll use the multiplication, the star sign into, and then I'll say the salary is greater than 7,000. So I got there's only two record where US having salary greater than 7,000. So I got it. Let's say I'll change this to less than. Then there's only two record. Let's say I'll change this to India. Then I got two record. So that's how you can use filter formula. So now, for example, I'm pretty sure. So now how you can use. So I'm gonna use the previous function unique here. Let's say I'll say unique. I need the list of all the cities I have. Using this list, I'm gonna create a drop down here. So I'll say data, and in the data list, in the list, I'm gonna use this here. Okay. And now I've got US. So what I will do, I'll apply filter. I'll select my database and I will say country equals to self, done. And then using drop down, now I can easily change my filter. So India is only India, Canada is only Canada, US is only US. I don't have to use multiple feature functions and all this. One single formula and one single cell will solve all my problems here now. Okay, so that was about filter functions. And next is sort. Now, just like filter, sorting was another, like sorting and filtering. They were like very common Excel features, and they both were manual Excel feature. Like till the time they both were manual. Manually, you have to do sorting also. But then they have provided formula for sorting also. So because of the dynamic array concept, it has been possible. So now you can use this to sort your data. So you have some raw data and you want to present a sorted raw data, you can simply now sort it. And there were two options, like single sort where you just sort it based on one column, and in feature there's another called multi-level sort, which means you want to sort the data on multiple columns. For both, they have provided a formula which you can use. So I'm going to take you through how you can use both of these formulas. So the first one is sort. So when we use sort, it asks us the array. Simply, we have to select our data here. Done. Then in ask sort index, which means right now, if you see, we have three columns in our data. So we have name, we have region, we have sales. So sort index means 1, 2, 3. Which column you want to sort? So I say we want to sort region, which is number 2. Then it says sort index, ascending, descending. I said obviously ascending. And the last, sort by column, sort by row. We are trying to sort it by row, so we will go ahead with false. But this is also, as you can see, this is in square bracket and it's optional. So you can leave that also and still work. So now see, using that one simple formula, my entire data is basically sort on Canada. Sorry, yeah, it is sorted on Canada. Instead of this, if I'll go ahead and if I say no, I want to sort it on the name. So I will select sort index 1, which is column number first. Then it is sorted alphabetically A to Z on based on this. Instead of this, if I say I want to sort it same column 2, but I want to sort it on descending, which is minus. Now it's sorted in ZA. So that's how you can use sort. But this is about only one level. Like I can either sort it on my name, I can either sort it on my region, I can either sort it on the sales. What if I want to sort my data region wise and salary higher to lower? So whatever salary is higher, that should come first, lower is come second, and also it should be sorted first on US. Like so for all the US should come first, then all the India should come first and all. So that's called multi-level sort. So which means we will have to, if I have to do it manually, so I'll go here and I have to say sort region wise and then sales wise, largest to smallest. And then when I click OK, I'll get the same kind of data. So this is what multi-level sorting is manually. To do it through formula, they have Microsoft have provided a new formula called sort by. So in that you can select your database and you can select as many criteria as the columns you have. So I'm going to select array. Then I say sort by. So sort by array means reason, and I want to select reason by ascending. Then sort by second is salary. Then I'll say again salary is ascending and I will press enter. And now you can see I have this alphabetical. C means first Canada. Then I got salary smallest to largest. Let's say I want to see largest to smallest. So I will use -1, which is descending. So all Canada in one, then all India, and that is also largest to smallest salary, UAE, and then US. So that is how you can use. The fun part using sort formula, what you can create is, so for example, I will say, I'll use unique, and I'm gonna use a list. Using this list, maybe I'm gonna create a drop down here. Maybe on the top, I'll just create a drop down. Done. And I have a drop down here, US, Canada, India, UAE. So match formula provide us the index number of a certain value if it is found where it lies in that particular column. So I'll use match formula and match formula on my database simply, and I'll say exact match. And then yeah, so if I use Canada, it's one. If I use India, UAE, and this time I'll use sort formula and I'll say okay, sort, and this is my array. Sort index, I can have, okay, I want to sort it on a region. So I will say, okay, sort index 2, ending. Okay, so I got based on Canada. Let's see, let me remove this. I'm gonna put it here. Simply link it to 1, 2, and 3. So instead of this column index number, I can link it to another cell. So I will say link it to this particular cell. And now in this cell, when I type 1, it is sorted on name. If I type 2, I sorted on region. If I type 3, it's sorted on sales. So changing a number, I can easily sort. So I don't have to feature manually do it. There's one advanced trick which you can use, and that advanced trick is you can actually go to developer tab. So if you're a little comfortable with VBAs and all and user form controls, then you can go to developer and you can just go here like the radio buttons. So let's say this is a button. I'm going to edit text and I'll say name. Just let me resize, and then region, and then sales. And this last one, I'm going to edit text and I'll say sales. Just perfectly align them. And yeah. And with radio button, you can go to format control and you can link a cell. So when you link, when you have multiple radio button and you link to a cell, so what happens is when you click on a button, so like we have three, first, second, and third. When I click on it, and their respective radio buttons number will be pushed to the cell. So if I'm selecting first radio button, number will be 1 in this cell. If I clicking on second radio button, number will be 2, third radio button, yeah. So now just by clicking name, region, sales, I can simply select here what I want to sort. So like just I don't go here and the data and anything. I just created an automated function, just one click, and I can simply select what I want to sort my data on. So that's how you can create. So all these things you can use and apply to create and make your reporting and dashboard very smooth, and they will be really helpful. So like this actually provide the interactivity to the user. When you publish a report, you usually sort a data on one particular column. Now if user want to sort it on some other column, he will have to do it manually. They feel like, they have to work on this report, we are putting our efforts in this report. But by this way, using these latest functions, it's gonna be very smooth, and they will just have to make clicks, so they'll feel more empowered that yeah, this is an interactive report and dashboard, and all I have to do just click and my data is available where I want to see. So that's and that is up to your creativity, how creative you can be, how creatively you can use this. Second thing, for example, another example creativity I can select for you. Example, you can use function to get the unique list of things, but this list is not sorted. Request Canada, India, UAE. So I can put it under sort, and I get a sorted unique list using combining these two functions. So this is up to you. You can use them quickly. So moving on to the next function, which is next Excel function is this was one of the common problem, one of the most common problem at least I used to feel. I would not say problem per se, but most common requirement whenever we are working and we have to create serial number. So by default, standard global standard data serial number is you always apply 1, then you click this plus 1 and you go. But the problem here is that you have to go till here, and if tomorrow, let's say you add more data, then you have to go and manually drag it. If tomorrow you delete some data, then you have to delete this also. If you remove any row in between, then this reset. If you try to delete any row in between, then you get this hash ref error. Let's say I try to delete cell up, then I get this hash, then I again have to fix it. So I'm pretty sure all of you have faced this problem. So that was a problem. So the solution to this problem is they created another great formula in Excel, which is sequence. So what sequence do is sequence just generate. So the main motive of sequence is sequence. Let me type this EQ. So if you see the syntax, it asks you four things. One says rows, which is mandatory. Second, column. So in a formula, whenever there is something under a square bracket, that is optional thing. So column is optional, start is optional, step is optional. But I'll tell you what are the use. So when it says rows, let's say I'll say 5 and enter. Then it will just generate data from 1 to 5 in 5 rows. So I will get an incremental order data from 1 to 5. This. If I will say 10, then I'll use 10. I'll get 10. Now let's talk about the other argument of this function. So it's its column. Let's say 10 rows and columns. Then I get data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll get data till 50. But third argument asks start point. So let's say I say start. Fourth step. So I say I want an incremental order of 5 from 100. So step increase 5. So now I got 100, 105, 110, 15, 20. So that's how you can generate data. So this is a data generation formula. So you can generate just like two other formula, random between all these. So that's how you can do it. But you can use it very creatively to solve the sequence number, real number problem. So you can use sequence. And somehow if I know how many data value I have in name, so I can just put it there and it will consider that as a row. So for that, you obviously use can count. So I'm gonna use COUNT count A, and I will say in name. Let me do it first separately. So if I say count A and I use that in this, then I know there are 11 value. Tomorrow, if I add any data point, then I know 13 value. If I delete, I know 9 value. So I'm going to use this number inside sequence formula. So I'm going to use this formula, cut from here. And here I'll say sequence, not search, sequence count A. done. And now you see, using one formula, I got my serial number. And no matter if I'm trying to delete something from between, no matter if I'm trying to remove something here, tomorrow if I add anything, automatically it will be adjusted. Tomorrow if I delete anything, automatically it will adjust it. So that is how automatically a serial number will always be there with my data, and simply I can use it. So that was about the sinks formula and how creatively you can use to create the index and serial numbers. Next is text joint. Text joint is actually an extension of concatenate formula. So all of you know that if I have to concatenate some cell, if I have to merge cells and create one string, we use either and sign, and we got like all the values from the cells merge into one cell, or we use formula concatenate. Okay, now in concatenate, so there are two formula, concat and concatenate. A lot of people get confused that they both do same thing by why there are two formula. So concatenate function is where you will have to take value one by one. So if I have to combine these three values, I have to select them one by one. If I have to combine 20 value, I have to select 20 cells one by one, and then it will combine and give me result. Where concat formula says that you can just simply select a range, and in that range I will just do it. Why there are two separate formula? Because if let's say your data is in structure, like you have to combine these three or you have to combine these three, then you can use concat formula directly. And let's say if you are saying that I have to combine cell and I have to combine this cell and I have to combine this cell, then let's say this cell, then they are not in the range. You cannot directly select. So you can then use this concatenate. Now, still the problem is that let's say I want to combine this first name, middle name, and last name, and I will use formula like concat. I'll select in one go. But the problem is there is no space. I need a space. I have to add a space. And by default, I'm selecting a range. There is no way. So for that, I have to use concatenate. In the concatenate, I have to select first this, comma. Then I have to manually type a space. Then second, comma. Then manually type a space. And then third, comma. Manually type a space. That how I can do. So if there are 20 value and I need to put something in between, and that's something actually called delimiter. Delimiter means what is the thing between two strings or two words in a string. So here the delimiter is space. So that is something how I have to do. Or the direct way to do is I have to select this and space, then again cell, then space, and then last cell. But Excel provide now another great formula called text join. So what text join? It only asks you, sorry, text join. So it only asks like simply three arguments. First is what is your delimiter? What is that you want to put in between the all the values of different cells? So I say I want to put space. So here I only have to give that space once. That's all. Second is ask ignore empty cell. So if I have any empty cell, then do you want to ignore that cell? Yes, because I don't want the two space coming in between because of one empty cell. So I will say yeah. So I'll use true. And then third, ask that just simply select that range, or you also can select cell one by one. So it is the combination of concat versus concatenate, both the function. We have the data in one row, so we will just select it and then done. Simply I will drag it down and I got all the name using one formula. So I don't have to create a bigger formulas here. So that's how I can use the text join to combine the text using delimiter easily. Now next is data type. Now, data type is something a lot of people are not still understanding what is this, but trust me, believe me, I'm using Excel from last 20 years. This is one of the feature I really loved, one of the upgrade I really love about Excel, where they are coming and they are linked. So all Office E365 are subscription based models, which means you need an active internet connection to run those. So using that power of connectivity, they are bringing up information with data to you. So which means till now for everything you used to do Google, for everything like you have you're talking about so for example we have this, so these city name, I want any information about the city, I have to go to Google, I have to go to search engine, and I have to find that information. But Microsoft is now using their AI, they are bringing the power of internet and making every data point available to you. And they're calling this as a data type concept. So what happened in data type is where you convert your normal data, normal simple text to a data type. And after that, you can find certain information about that data type from internet directly in the cell. How this work, I'm going to tell you. So let's say I have these name. So city, I have all these city name here. I want certain information. I population of each city. I want area of each city. What is the area and all other information. Now imagine if the task is you have to find the population of each city. You have two options. Either you go and you try to website which have all the cities population and you try to download that data and in Excel and then apply VLOOKUP, or you go on Google or one by one you type population of Delhi, population of Bangalore, population of Chennai. But see how Microsoft have made it so simple in Excel to do all these kind of thing. So all you have to do is you have to just have a list of your city. So as of now, Microsoft for a trial is have provided only and only two type of data type. They are consistently working. I am a beta user, so I have seen more data type they are developing like foods. So right now they only have, so you can see the data type in under data tab. There is a data type. So right now they have only provided stock and geography. They are also working on other data type like food items and there literally a lot of very good data type they are working. So we'll right now focus on these two. So I have a list of city here. I'll just select it and I'll click on this geography. When I will click on this geography, you see it says convert cell with country, region or city like London to get current world statistic like population area and more. So as soon as I did that, now you see all the cell, there is a geography sign in this. So what I can do is, and when I click on any cell, I get this plus option here, insert data. When you see, click on this, these all data is now directly available to you with one single click. So if I click on area, I get the area of that particular Delhi. This is the area in square feet. And also now these are the data types. So they actually have some property use, how you can use the property. So let's say I want the population of each city. I'll just select this range. I'll go to Delhi and I'll put dot. As soon as I'll put dot after cell, you will see all these things I can do. So I'm going to go here and say population and I'll press Control Enter. So in one go, formula is applied and I got the latest population of all like Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, everything. I want to go and I want to find out what is the area of these cities. I'll just go and I'll select area and done. I want to find out what the abbreviation of the city. So select the cell, just press dot and then done. Abbreviation applied to capitals only. So Delhi was the only capital city. So that's why we are not getting, but let's say we will get, for example, if I select Delhi here and I say Delhi dot leaders, then I got Arvind Kejriwal Chief Minister, Kailash Gehlot Minister. So all this information is readily available directly using the power of internet. So that's how they have and they keep updating their data types. So that is one example how you can use data type. Another example, for example, I'll come here on this side a little bit. Yeah, stock. So another data type is stock and how it is working. So I have these name of certain companies: Amazon, Facebook, Google, Reliance, Apple, HGS, Wipro, Infi, Bajaj Finance, or Dabur India. I'm just simply going to select this and I'll click on stock. This is a perfect feature for all the traders, body, all the people who do the trading and all, and they usually spend a lot of time on internet to keep seeing result and all, and then copy data from there to Excel and work on it. Where you can now just use it and you can just analyze the data and the real-time stocks pricing changes and everything will be directly available to Excel. So I just select my data, I clicked on stock, and it identify which company is which. So Amazon is Amazon.com Incorporated, AMZN and all. And whenever it is not able to recognize, it will give a recommendation. For example, I wrote Google And Google is not listed as Google. Google is a child company. The parent company is Alphabet, and it is listed as an Alphabet. So it gave me suggestion that yeah, it is Alphabet Incorporation, not Google. So I say yeah, please Alphabet Incorporation. Got it. Now, once I got this, I have all the data point available here. So I can select anything and I can still get it. So first of all, let's say I'm gonna go ahead and I'm say price. What are the current price of these stocks? So I'm gonna select any one cell and then I will go to price and then I'll press enter and these are the price. And you see how intelligent Excel is that it will gonna tell you the price with their symbol that these companies are traded in dollar, so it's US dollar. These companies are Reliance is traded in India, so it's in rupees. And this Apple is traded in US, so it's US dollar. This is rupees. Still, you need bifurcation. You just go what and then you say see. And it tell you it's been traded in either USD or INR or any currency, whatever currency they are being traded in. I want to see 52-week high. I want to see what is their 52-week low, or maybe I want to see their change percent. So every information I will just get it directly using the formula. I don't have to go download a database. I don't have to go search on the internet. So these right now two data type Excel has provided, but they are continuously working to provide more and more data type. Next, which is very exciting, I'm waiting for is a food data type where you just have to type the food item name and they will have all the information like how many calorie it is, how many carbs, how much protein it is, how much time to take to digest this, how many calorie you burn to digest this 100 gram of food and all these things they have available, which is good for all the people who love to take care of their health and they love to plan their diet plan and all. So Excel just will be available to do that. Moving to the next idea. So idea is actually the Microsoft's new feature. It help you to use Excel's artificial intelligence where the AI will suggest you what you can do with data. So a lot of the time it happens that you get the data, but you get confused. What should I do with data? What should I get and all? So what kind of analysis I should perform on this data? So that's where it happened that you can use the Excel's AI and it will suggest you what all things you can do with the data. So let's say I've got this data here. I'm going to select my data. And there are so many things to do. I don't know what to do, what kind of analysis I should get out of this. So I'm going to use this data. I'll go to Home tab. Inside Home, there is called Analyze Data. So in the Analyze Data, I'll go on Analyze Data and see now towards the right hand side, I have all the suggestions. You can see sales by employee, you can see by department, you can get this chart, you can get this kind of pie chart, see all 8 results. It will show me all this plot bar chart. And if I want anything like I want the sales frequency, which is like program, or maybe I want a pivot table which shows me sales by department. All I have to do is just click insert and one click, I've got it. All I have to do is just click insert chart. One click as a charter, I can just place. I don't have to draw, I don't have to do anything. Simply, and only that, you can literally ask a question about your data. So I said for an example, total sales of HR or the total sales of 80. And then it said, yeah, here is the answer 91146. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to apply filter, take formula, anything. Simple one question I asked, total sales of 80, it got. It asked you want a pivot table on it, click on this, you got it. This is the total sales of 80. So that's how you can use this idea tab to come ideas from Excel's AI, that what you can do with the data. Moving to the next one, 3D map. It is something which I really like personally. It is not something which you can actually design and put it in your dashboards, but it is very good whenever you are presenting, you are controlling your file and you are presenting some data to someone. It is very visually appealing and it take the geographical data representation to the next level. So I'm going to take a very small example here, how you can use 3D maps but you can actually be as creative as possible. So I have the population data city wise. I have various city here and I have their population data. You can have your sales data offices wise, location wise, geo wise, and it is not only to India, it is across globe. You can have, obviously your company will have multiple offices. You can have their performances, how many calls you are getting in each call center, each location, anything. It can be totally up to you. So the data, I'm going to select data. I'll go to insert, and usually you use map. When you use map, it just give you one flat map and it show the heat map kind of map there for you. But we are talking about 3D map, so you have to come on the 3D map. When you click on the 3D map, let's say, yeah, let me just remove the previously designed one. And yeah, this time I'll click on the 3D map. A new window will open here. So you see, exciting future with Excel, Excel is with map. So a new window has been opened and it is showing me a globe. Now, how it is interesting and how I can take. So for an example, it says location, add field. I'll click on and I will say, yeah, range one. So, sorry, I say city. City is my location. When I click on the city, it plotted on each city. I had my data database done. Then is height. So if you see right now, it's 3D. If I move it all, I'll just simply dot. Height, it asks you, okay, adjust the height based on population, wherever I have highest population. So now what I have got the bar. I'm gonna remove this one. And category, I'll say change the category to population. So based on population, and now I can simply go and 3D mode, and I can create a visual tour to present my whole data, where I can use it, take it one city by city, and I can show it. And it's very easily. You have options like map. So once you map it, you get the name of city, and that's how you can simply represent the data. You can use your Excel and then you can represent the data, that how the performance is, and visually it's look very cool effect. It's look very cool whenever you have a geographical data to represent your performances. So that is something you can use in the presentation mode. So that was all. That's the feature, the new feature I wanted to cover. Although Excel is Microsoft is very committed to keep providing you the new features, new update. They keep working on it. They keep releasing it in beta for the users to test it. And once the testing is done, they release it for the whole population. And a lot of new good things coming to you guys soon. They are going to release all the update. So I hope all of you will have access to all these pointers and all these features which Microsoft is making for you guys to make your life easy and you more empowered with Excel. So that's it. So I wish you luck. I hope all of you have access of these features. If you don't have, soon you will either get update or you will update your Excel to get all these features. As we have 7 minutes, 6 minutes actually left, I will take one more feature. I will cover the bonus part. So bonus part was unlock bulk sheet, and that is it saved. Usually you don't find the requirement for this, but whenever there is a requirement, it takes a lot of time to do it. So it's really save a lot of time. So what is this unhide bulk sheet? So in this file, I have some 13 sheets. And when I have to hide multiple sheet, all I have to do press Control, select all the sheet I want to hide, and I can simply right click and hide it. But if I have to unhide, the problem is I have to go one by one and I have to unhide all the sheet one by one here. So till 2016, that was a problem, that all the sheet, if I have 100 sheet, I literally have to do 100 times. I have to go unhide and I have to just click unhide and select the sheet which I want to unhide. And that's the way I had to do it. But luckily now we have this new feature, so where a Microsoft team heard our issue, Microsoft team heard our prayers, and they finally provide us the option where you can actually, so let me just demonstrate you, so how you can just select all the sheets and I will hide it in one go. And if I'll go to unhide, I can select, I can press control, I can select multiple sheet and I can unhide it in once, all those sheets. So it's so easy, so smooth now. I can simply go, I can select all from here to here, and in one go I can select and unhide all the sheets possible. So that is very easy now. So I can simply hide and hide all the sheet apart from my presentation sheet in one go. I don't have to do it again and again. So no burden. And the story doesn't stop here, and it's not limited here. There are way more new exciting features Excel Microsoft has been rolled out in Excel, and I hope soon we will conduct another session to cover more and more this new feature. But this was just to give you the glimpse of what exciting future Excel holds for you, and how how the team Microsoft team is committed to provide you every possible support to make your life more easy, to make your work very smooth, and empower you with all this connectivity, empower you with all this knowledge which can be available just few clicks, just few single formulas, and everything is available inside the Excel. So that is it's there. So I wish you luck. I hope this session would have been important and informative for you guys. So you would have learned things, and you are going to go back and you are going to start using these things. So wish you all the best. Wish you luck. I think that is all from my side. Rashmita, do we have any question to take here?
Yes, we have a lot of questions, Pankaj.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back and check. Just give me a moment. Hi Rashmita, I'm not able to see the questions in live Q&A section. Can you please push the questions here?
It's already there. Already I have published, Pankaj.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, now
Yeah,
I can see. Just
yeah,
give me
okay.
2 minutes to go through them. Okay, first is what was the shortcut to used for freezing array? Actually, inside the formula, when you have to freeze the range, you use F4 keys. F4 keys is like if I'm trying to apply any formula, let's say sum, and I'm using this cell, and if I have to freeze inside cell, I have to use F4. F4 helps to freeze the range. Okay, let me just share the screen first. Yes, so you can use F4 to just freeze within the cell. And second one is just a second. Yeah. Any any formula or function to output all matches for a particular lookup value. As of now, there's no direct function formula to do it, but yeah, using the combination of certain formula, you possibly can. For that, you will have to create a helper column. One helper column you have to do, and you have to count a formula to create a unique index for the values. For example, my name Pankaj is repeating 5 times in a column. Then I will use count if formula. Let me try to demonstrate you what I'm actually saying. So in this, I have my name 3 times here, here, and here. Then I will use count if formula, and I will say in this start from one cell above, and in this I will only freeze the top cell. I will not freeze the bottom cell. So when I apply this formula, just a second, count if range, and then criteria is particular cell. So when I'll apply this formula here, the range is limited till here. When I'll drag it, it'll keep increasing. And when it comes here, it's gonna count that Pankaj name is 2 times here, so it will say Pankaj twice and Pankaj. So that's how you create unique indexing to each value. So, and then you combine both of them. So it become then okay. And that's how you convert your multiple records to unique records. So now instead of all three Pankaj, I have Pankaj 1, Pankaj 2, Pankaj 3. And if I want to use all the possible values, so all I have to do is I have to provide uh, I have to use any formula will work. Like you can use X lookup here, V lookup here. So I'll say V lookup, my lookup value, sorry, just freeze it into index, and then email ID I'm gonna use here. So I've got it all. Is your range, but it's you can just use if error. So all the possible for Pankaj, you got it here. So that is a tweak you can use. You can also, instead of VLOOKUP, you can directly use XLOOKUP formula. It will work the same. Okay, next, do we have something here? Yeah, so it's not working in my Excel 2016 because I think you will have to check for the version. If it is only 2016, if it's Office E365. So all this feature will work in Office E365 2016 version, not the standalone one. Will unique function work and apply to an Excel table as well? Yeah, will work on this. Will unique and other dynamic array function work when applied to Excel pivot table and table? Yes, because they are actually working on the range. So when you apply on them, you will have they will just consider that as a normal range and work on them. Mhm. Yes, can the unique function be used to get a distinct count of a range of item? Yes, it can. So let me go back to unique. Here, when you apply unique, there's option which asks you, do you want to return unique column, unique row? So we will say false unique row. And then there's a third argument says return item that appear exactly once and return every distinct item. You select second, it will return a distinct item. Okay, and if you will not also select, then by default it return this item list only. Does the filter support nested and or? Yes, it does support. So for that you will have to use the let me just go back to a filter. You will have to use star sign for end condition. You have to use plus sign for or condition. Can we join name in different order? Definitely, you can select each and individual cell in whatever order you want to join. My data was in that format that I just can simply select a cell, but you can definitely select the any order. You have to select the cell individually. Yes, as of now, this is only with the 2000 E365 license. So 2016 is the version and E365 is the license type. Even in the 2016, you have two version of Excel, like two license type. One is standalone and one is E365. So they both are different type of subscription. In standalone version, whenever the update get released, they have to release a patch which you have to inspect, or if you are connected to internet, then you have to go to update your Excel. But in E365 we directly push the update, so because you are by default connected to internet, so by default you get it. So that's why there's a difference. So a lot of the time you have to manually update your office Excel MS Suite, so you will get it. So just check for the update. If there is any available, you can simply check through net, or you can go and you can check from office update into account. So if you are registered, so you can just click from here and you can check for it. So that's why some of the people are not getting it, but you can just check it. So I think that is all the question we had. Yeah, Rashmita, I think we have covered all the question. I think
There
we
were
are
like
over.
last, yeah, two questions also just came in right now.
Okay. Let me just refresh it. Okay, can I start by using a custom order instead of ascending and descending? Where is the sort function? Yes. So as of now, we are having an option of in the sort, we are only having an option to use the sort order as an ascending and descending format. So sort index, we will say, let's say US, and here is only two options, either ascending or descending. So I can choose these two only. And in sort by, we have the select the by array and still ascending descending. So as of now, these are the two default options they have provided. They have not linked. So if the people are not understanding what's being asked here, so when we have data, so in sort we have the option to select using custom list. We can create our own custom order and we can sort the data based on that. As of now, it is available in formula. Maybe they are working on it and soon they will release where you can actually have an option to select a custom and you can work on that. So I think, Rashida, we have covered all the questions.
Okay, sure. Then thank you, Pankaj, and thank you all for joining us today. Please do share your feedback with us. It will help us to choose our topics that better suits our audiences. Also, please do visit our Microsoft Reactor meetup page for more upcoming sessions. Thank you all once again and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, Pankaj.
Thank you so much.